when my 6-year-old daughter casually mentioned a secret friend at dinner. I thought it was just her imagination until my wife's face drained of color, and I realized our marriage was built on a lie. I'm Ethan, 34, a high school math teacher who thrives on routine and loves my family deeply. My wife, Clara, 32, is a freelance graphic designer, her creativity infusing our modest suburban home with warmth and color. We've been married 8 years, together for 10. Since that day in college when she spilled coffee on my textbook and offered to replace it. That clumsy moment sparked something: date nights at dive bars, late night talks about our dreams, a shared commitment to a stable life. Our daughter, Lily, 6, is our world center, a bright, curious kid with an imagination that runs wild. She loves drawing with Clara and peppering me with questions about numbers. Our marriage wasn't flawless, but it felt solid. Clara's the spontaneous one, planning last-minute weekend trips or surprising me with homemade dinners. I'm the planner, balancing our budget, scheduling Lily's dentist appointments. We complemented each other. Arguments happened, her overcommitting to clients, my overanalyzing decisions, but they were minor. Trust defined us, or so I thought. Lately, Claire has been working longer hours, often late, studying a big project for a new client. I didn't question it. Her work ebbs and flows. Lily's been spending more time with me, which I love, though she's mentioned odd things like a secret friend she plays with during Clara's calls. I chalked it up to vivid imagination, maybe a way to cope with Clara's busier schedule. Life felt normal, predictable, until that night at dinner when everything unraveled. It was a Tuesday evening, unremarkable, blending into the rhythm of family life. I'd just gotten home from grading papers, and Clara was setting the table, while Lily colored at the counter. Roasted chicken's aroma filled the kitchen, and Clara hummed softly, her auburn hair in a messy bun. I was tired but content, ready for our usual dinner where Lily would ramble about school, and Clara and I would swap stories. Lily, put the crayons away, sweetie, I said, ruffling her hair as I carried plates. Okay, Daddy, she chirped, but instead held up a drawing. Look, it's me and my secret friend. I glanced at the paper to stick figures, one with pigtails like Lily's, the other with short black hair and a blue shirt. That's cute, kiddo. Who's your secret friend? Clara, spooning mashed potatoes, froze for a split second. Her knuckles whitened around the spoon, but I barely noticed. Lily giggled. He's the man who visits when you're at work, Daddy. He makes Mommy laugh. My stomach flipped, but I laughed it off. Kids say weird things. Oh, yeah? Does he bring cookies or what? I teased, expecting a fantastical tale about a pirate or superhero. Lily's face was serious. No cookies. He brings flowers sometimes. And he has a shiny car. I saw it in the driveway. Clara dropped the spoon, and it clattered against the bowl. Her face was pale, eyes wide like she'd seen a ghost. Lily. That's enough, she snapped, voice cracking. Don't make up stories. I'm not. Lily protested, brow furrowing. He was here yesterday, Mommy. You said it was our secret. The room shrank, air heavy with something I couldn't name. I looked at Clara, waiting for her to laugh, to say Lily was being silly, but she stared at the table, hands trembling. Clara, I said, voice calm but edged. What's she talking about? She forced a smile, but it didn't reach her eyes. She's just imagining things, Ethan. You know how kids are. But I knew Lily. She wasn't a liar. Her stories were wild dragons, mermaids, but whimsical. This felt different, specific. Flowers, a shiny car. My mind flashed to Clara's late nights working, her recent distance. I'd assumed stress, but doubt crept in like poison. Clara, I said, quieter, firmer. Who's the man? She opened her mouth, closed it, eyes darting to Lily, who looked confused. Ethan, can we talk later? She whispered, pleading. I wanted to press, but Lily was there, her big brown eyes watching. I nodded, jaw tight, and we ate in near silence, the chicken tasting like ash. Clara kept her eyes on her plate, and Lily, sensing tension, stayed quiet. After dinner, I tucked Lily into bed, my mind racing. Clara's reaction wasn't surprise, it was fear. I needed answers, but asking risked breaking something fragile. That night, I couldn't sleep. Lying next to Clara, who pretended to be asleep, her breathing uneven. I kept replaying Lily's words. Asterisk, he visits when you're at work. He makes Mommy laugh. Asterisk, the pieces didn't fit, but they formed a picture I didn't want to see. I needed to know more. But dread anchored me to the bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering if my marriage was a lie. The next morning, the knot in my chest tightened. Clara was up, making coffee, acting normal. She kissed my cheek, lips cold, and mentioned a deadline. I nodded, playing along. But my mind churned. Confronting her without proof could ruin everything if I was wrong. Lily's words, Clara's pale face, the dropped spoon, they haunted me. I decided to dig, though it felt like betrayal. While Clara was in her office, I checked her phone when she left it on the counter. To shower, my hands shook as I typed her passcode, our anniversary, 0817. Nothing stood out. Client text, a group chat with her sisters, a meme she'd sent me. Then I saw client_Mark. No last name, just a number. The texts were vague. Can you meet at 2? Missed you today. Not about design projects. My heart sank. I snapped a photo of the number and replaced her phone. At work, I was useless. Barely teaching algebra. During lunch, I called the number from a school landline, pulse racing. A man answered, voice smooth. Mark speaking. I froze, mumbled, wrong number, and hung up. His voice wasn't familiar, but it was real, not imaginary. I felt sick. That evening, I took Lily to the park, hoping for details without alarming her. Hey, kiddo, I said on the swings. Tell me about your secret friend. What's he like? Lily kicked her legs, swing creaking. He's nice. Gave me a lollipop once. He and mommy talk in her office, and I'm not supposed to go in. My throat tightened. Does he come over a lot? She shrugged. Sometimes. When you're at school, mommy says it's grown-up stuff. I forced a smile. Mine screaming. Back home, Clara cooked, movements mechanical. I wanted to confront her, but I needed more. The next day, I called in sick, parked down the street, and watched. At 1 p.m., a sleek black sedan pulled into our driveway. A man mid-30s, short black hair. Blue shirt got out, carrying daisies. My chest burned. He knocked and Clara let him in. Her smile bright, unguarded. I didn't go inside. I couldn't. I drove to a coffee shop, hands shaking. I called my brother, Nate, my rock. I think Clara's cheating. I blurted, voice breaking. Nate was quiet. You sure, man? That doesn't sound like her. I saw him, Nate, at our house. Lily's been talking about him. He sighed. Talk to her. Don't let it fester. Be calm. For Lily's sake. He was right, but calm felt impossible. That night, after Lily slept, I sat Clara down. We need to talk, I said, voice steady despite the chaos. Who's Mark? Her face paled, eyes wide. He's a client, she stammered. Clients don't bring flowers, Clara. They don't visit when I'm not home. Lily's seen him. She started crying, but I didn't soften. Tell me the truth, I said. Now, Clara's tears didn't stop, but she spoke. It's not what you think, she said, voice shaky. Mark's an old friend from college. He moved back a few months ago. We've been catching up. Catch up in our house? With our daughter there. My voice rose. I glanced toward Lily's room. Why didn't you tell me? I didn't want you to worry, she said, wiping her eyes. You're always so busy, and I missed having someone to talk to. Her words stung, but they didn't add up. Talk about what, Clara? Why? The secrecy. Why did Lily call him a secret friend? She looked away, hands twisting. I don't know. She must have overheard something. I didn't believe her. The next day, I called Mark again from my phone. This is Ethan, Clara's husband. Why are you at my house when I'm not there? He hesitated. Look, man, I'm sorry. Clara and we got close in college. It was a mistake to reconnect. I'll back off. His admission hit like a punch. Close how? I pressed. We dated, he said quietly, before you. It's over, I swear. I didn't mean to cause trouble. I hung up, head spinning. Clara never mentioned dating anyone seriously before me. I confronted her again, and she broke down, admitting she and Mark were briefly engaged in college. She ended it when she met me, but seeing him again stirred old feelings. It wasn't physical, she insisted. We just talked. I got caught up in the past. I didn't know what to believe. My parents, who adore Clara, were shocked. Mom said, give her a chance, Ethan. Marriage is hard. Dad was harsher. She lied. That's betrayal. Lily, oblivious to details, noticed the tension, clinging to me, asking why mommy was sad. Clara's sisters rallied around her, saying I was overreacting, that it was just emotional. Nate backed me, saying trust was broken. I moved into the guest room, unable to sleep beside her. Clara begged me to stay, promising to cut contact with Mark, but every time I looked at her, I saw the daisies, the shiny car, the secrets. Weeks passed, and I wrestled with my next step. Clara started therapy, sending me updates, trying to prove she was changing. She swore she'd never see Mark again, and I checked her phone, nothing. But trust was gone, replaced by a hollow ache. I kept things normal for Lily, taking her to school, reading bedtime stories, but inside, I was unraveling. I started therapy too, sorting through anger and betrayal. My therapist asked what I wanted: forgiveness or freedom. I didn't know. I loved Clara, or the version I thought I knew. But the lies, the secrecy, letting Mark into our home, it changed her in my eyes. One night, Lily crawled into my lap. "Are you and Mommy fighting because of me?" My heart broke. I hugged her, promising it wasn't her fault. That moment clarified things. I couldn't stay in a marriage where trust was shattered. Not just for me, but for Lily. She deserved a home without tension. I told Clara I wanted a separation. She cried, begged me to reconsider, but I held firm. "I can't trust you," I said. "And I can't pretend for Lily's sake." We agreed to co-parent, keeping things stable for Lily. I moved into a nearby apartment, and we set a schedule. Lily's adjusting, though she asks when I'm coming home. Each question a knife to my heart. Looking back, I wonder if I missed signs: Clara's late nights, her distraction. Maybe I was too comfortable, too trusting. I don't know if we'll reconcile. Part of me still loves her, but another can't forget her pale face that night at dinner. For now, I focus on Lily and rebuilding myself, one day at a time. The future is uncertain, but I'm learning to live with the weight of truth, however painful it is.